I can't see without my glasses on, but I don't really think I want to wear them.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right, so what's your name?
Allie.
Allie?
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking your age or not?
I'm 52.
Okay. Where are we at right now?
Well, we are on Alvernon. Alvernon, and that's, I think, golf links. So.
And this place is known as?
100 acres.
100 acres.
Yes.
Why do they call it that?
Because it's supposed to be a bike track.
Okay.
Yeah.
And right now it's occupied by the homeless community?
Yes, it is.
What happened? How did that end up?
A few years back, say like in 21, I think it was, they were all at the park across Swan, and there was quite a few of them. And I guess anything over 60 is considered a community, and so they were told that they couldn't be there anymore because that's where families go and stuff like that. So they told them to come down here to the acres and go on the other side of Swan and go down there because there was nothing here, and they at that time weren't moving forward with the construction of the park, so they started migrating over this way and clearing the park out over there.
Okay.
So that's how they ended up.
Are you staying here, or do you have like family members
I have
or something?
family down here.
Okay.
I moved away. I used to live on 29th and Craycroft, and that's how I met 50% of these people.
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter who's homeless by choice due to mental illness, and then I have a son that's down here. And so a lot of these people have helped me take care of my kids, keep them safe, that kind of stuff.
So this place right here is kind of, it has a bad stigma, right?
Yes, it does.
It's a real like infamous, people say.
Yeah, they say all kinds of crazy things about this place, and I just got bit by an ant. I'm sorry. They say a lot of crazy things about this place, but like I said, I have kids down here, and anytime they wander off or anybody needs to be safe that's homeless, I run into a lot of people and they just migrate to me. So I tell them that's a safe place. They take care of each other. It's the safest place. I wouldn't want them to be anywhere else. I feel comfortable down here. I feel safe down here. But this is my lifestyle too. So
is this place here designated by the Tucson city, or?
I don't know about all the legalities of it. I just know that they were moved down here, and they were told by police officers at that time to move, and so they did that. They've been down here for years, and now they're being told they have to leave, and they've tried to come through, and they've cleared out certain areas now. So let's get this straight, because the people that come down here, the news and stuff, they say that they have cleared it out, and then the next day that people move back in, and that's not accurate. What they've done is slowly they've cleared out sections at a time and moved to where it's just that one strip that you rode through. That's the only section now that is occupied. But they were just but they've been there for a long time. They just kind of pushed it, but they have nowhere else to go. So it's what do you do? So it's this place has a soft spot for me. There's some good people here. Yeah, of course there's maybe a few bad eggs in the bunch, but they do what they do to have to survive. But they're not out trying to hurt people, and they're not breaking into people's houses and sleeping in their backyards and stuff like that. They have tents, and they try to make a home.
think that's actually a good idea, that they have a area like this where it's an empty field.
And so what I was telling you when I talked to you before, so they want them to move from here, but they don't have anywhere to go. So it's going to push them back into the streets, where the community is going to start complaining. I was about to say a swear word. Complaining again about how their safety and all that stuff. But so if you come right here and you look towards that light right there, to the left is a patch of land big enough to house this community that's down here, and there's no neighborhoods butting up to it. It's in between golf links, Alvernon, and then the off ramps for both of those. So there's really, and there's nothing, it's not being used for anything.
Yeah.
So why not allow them to go there until the resources can be, offered to them, so they can be housed or whatever it is that they're trying to do. But why not give them a safe place to be, where they don't have to worry about moving, and they can do what they can feel comfortable enough to maybe start using those resources, because most of the time people are just afraid. They're afraid to leave their places because people might take something, and what they have maybe trash to other people, but to them it's the world. They have nothing but that stuff. So I don't know. I think until you figure out why people are homeless, what the reason is for being down here, you can't fix the problem. You can't take them from this and put them in a hotel or permanent housing straight off the streets like this and expect them to make it. They're not going to.
When I was riding down there, I noticed that there's a lot of like trash piled up and stuff like that. Do they ever come here
the city
and
does come and
leave?
bulldoze? They do come pick. They used to have trash cans down here.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like they should have those. They don't have no porta potties or nothing in there.
No. They do bring food down, water. They do take people to get their IDs, birth certificates, that kind of stuff.
So they do have outreach.
So they do, but but that's really, they lose their IDs. So,
looks like there's some people coming out.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll just move over.
Okay, yeah, but they lose that stuff out here. You know what I mean? They can't keep track of their life, let alone an ID or a birth certificate. And that's just, well, anybody that's into criminal activity, that's just fair game for them. So it's just they're just going about it the wrong way. And I've been homeless many times, and I think that they need somebody that's been there to help them, because they're using played out resources.
Yeah.
Played out resources to help. You know what I mean?
So you managed to get yourself out of homelessness, right?
Yes.
How did you do it?
I worked hard. I went to the resources that I needed. I found the resources that were going to help me, and for everybody it's different. You know what I mean? It's an individual thing. So basically, it took a woman who gave me a chance. She believed in me. She knew that I wanted nothing to do with that lifestyle anymore. I had changed, and I had pulled myself out of it, and I was trying hard to stay there. And what was happening to me, because I have a past, a criminal history from years ago, and they still judge me today, even though I was in college and trying to do the right things. They wouldn't rent to me, and so I had a lady that her and her husband loved me, believed in me, and they bought a house for me to rent. And I've lived there for 4 years, almost 4 years now. And I pay rent every month, and it may not be, I may be late on my rent because I'm waiting for my Section 8, but I'm about to be homeless again because I can't, I was on the waiting list for 3 years just to get on the waiting list, you know? Oh, your door's open!
That door almost hit me too.
Okay, sorry. You're good. Your door's open. Thank you. I think I closed it. I don't know if it's gonna fly open. You might want to check it. So anyway, these people believed in me, and they just said, Allie, like, we're gonna do this for you, and we're gonna give you a chance, and just do what you said you're gonna do. And so
that's good.
Her husband ended up dying when they were closing on the house, but I did what I was supposed to do, and I moved on. I went further than that. I got my master's last month, and I start my doctorate on the 11th, and that was more than they asked from me. But like I said, I'm an inch away from being homeless myself, waiting for Section 8, because for 3 years I've been on the waiting list to get on the waiting list. So that's the kind of stuff that happens that makes this an issue. Being homeless and stuff is that they're not fast enough with the resources. They're not offering the appropriate resources to the individual. It's got to be what do they say? Custom to each person.
Yeah.
Like the same thing's not going to work for everybody. And it's just like when you go to dinner, not everybody eats the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody they have different tastes, different needs, and basically, and so I've seen some pretty rough stuff that makes me sad. And thank God that I have not seen children.
Yeah.
I have not had to watch.
That's good.
I've been homeless with my kids, and it's rough. And that,
so there's no families with kids here?
No.
That's good.
No, their kids aren't. No, their kids. There's no kids down here. They are placed with family members and stuff like that. That's a good thing, because that's sad. But there is kids down here, and I'm saying like they're like over 18, but they're, to me, like, my kids are always going to be my kids. So there's younger in their early 20s, people down here, and that's sad.
So I've noticed that there's a lot of cars down there. Do those belong to the homeless people, or is it just family members coming in?
It's people bringing stuff to them, like food, just checking on them, seeing it. And really, this is where you start when you're looking for your kid, or if you ever, your kid's missing, And people say tough love them. People say tough love them, and
I get a ton of messages asking me, because I do this for TikTok, YouTube, and all the platforms. Any platform that you could think of, I'm on there.
Yeah.
And I get a ton of messages like asking me, hey, can you look for my son? Can you look for my daughter?
And that's kind of a hard one, because a lot
yeah,
of them
because
are
you don't know,
or because you don't know what their situation is.
You don't know
if
they're running from that person.
Yes, and that's difficult. That's why I'm saying you got to find out. You got to talk to each one of them and say, like what brought you here, and then that's going to give you the answer you need to formulate a solution.
But then again, I've actually I think I've gotten 4 teenagers. Like, it wasn't intentional or anything like that. They told me they were like 20 years old, and I interviewed them like I'm interviewing you now. And it turns out that they were like runaways, and they're like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and then they got reunited with their families. And one was from New Mexico. Wow. The other one was from a group home.
It's a bittersweet thing, because you feel good about it, but yet, you may feel a little guilty but you didn't betray their trust. They lied to you. Yeah. So that's different. But I just think that. I don't know. People need to stop being afraid of the homeless people. Yeah, there's an epidemic going around. There's the drugs and all that stuff, and I get it. And everybody thinks that anybody homeless is on drugs. That's not true. That's not true. And yeah, there is some that have addictions, but again, they're hiding from something. They're running from something that they can't handle. That's why they're numbing themselves. So instead of condemning them for doing whatever they need to do to survive, why not try to figure it out? Don't stop being afraid of them, because they'll do anything for you. Like, you could have, you know what I'm saying? They want to wash your windows. They want to do. They'd rather earn what they get than have to take it, and that's what's sad, because they get forced to survive. And when you're stealing food to eat because you haven't eaten in 4 days, and that's the only thing you can do, and they get crucified for it. If they're stealing food, like, I can see if they go in and they're trying to steal a TV, or they're stealing something that's not like nutrition wise, okay, but when they're stealing food because they're hungry, what does that say? That just says that there's not enough food out there, that people aren't offering enough food for these homeless people. And we're not trying to keep them homeless, obviously, so we don't want to make them content, and I get that, but still, maybe if they trusted people that they're going to really be there to help them, then they would want to utilize those resources, because they think it's a setup. They think that you're just setting me up, and if they are or they aren't, I don't know. I do know some people that have gone into the programs and had housing for a year or so, and then they ended up back out on the street. But I think there's one community place called it's a Community Partners or something like that. They have a program for a year. They put you in housing for a year, and through that year, they know you're using, but they're addressing your problems, because you can't, unless you have a home, stable home, and you have resources to fix the issues that got you there, you're always going to be in that mindset. And so at the end of that year, they're hoping you're clean. You know what I mean? They try to get you. They want you to be clean at the end of that year, and that's the best thing I've ever heard. And it always has to come from somebody else. Like, I can go tell my kids all day, we just end up fighting about it. What are you doing? You're smart. You're beautiful. You're a hard worker. Like, what are you doing with your life? I'm doing good. And for them, they are, I guess, in their mind, because wherever they're at mentally, they're not. They have friends. They're a big family down here. They fight like brother and sister down here, but they have each other's back. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of people doing drugs looking for the next person to rob. That's not the situation, and that's what a lot of people make it look like, and that's not true. That's not true. It's just a bunch of people trying to survive, and they've become a family, a unit, and it would be kind of nice if they could move them and keep them together, because they're they've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now together. So I don't know. They need to offer different resources, individual tailored to the person. And I don't think that they're capable of doing that because they don't know how to approach. They don't know how to. They don't. Somebody says, "Are you going to go with me down there?" Sure, I'll go down there with you. Because I know how to talk to them. I have a rapport with the homeless community. Anywhere I go, I can, hey, you seen my kid? Or call a number. Like I have people all over Tucson where I call. Like, have you seen my daughter? Because sometimes she dips out from here for a couple of days, and I don't like that. I like to know every day where she's at. So I check in with somebody, and they're like, yeah, we saw her, and she was over here. And so then I go look in that area for her and make sure she's okay. I'm not enabling them to do what they're doing, or being homeless or being addicted to drugs. I don't enable any of that. I promote education to them, and any of them that want to go. My son, he got his associate's degree down here. I tell him, I'll help you. You can use my computer. We'll set up a schedule, get you in college, get you your GED, and still you can still just be who you are and be building a better self for when you do get a home, or you know how it is today. Like half the time you get jobs that you still can't even make your rent.
Yeah.
So, and they don't offer. You can't get assistance financially unless you have kids. And who wants to bring kids into this world right now, especially if they can't even take care of themselves.
No one can afford it.
They barely have. They have dogs. They all have, and it's emotional support for them.
Yeah.
And I get that because I have my own. So they clean to those dogs, and the resources people sometimes they'll bring dog food down too, and that's cool because they think about their pets as well. But there needs to be more done, and I think fundraisers or letting them get involved, let them tell them what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you need to be okay, instead of here we're going to offer you this, and it sounds good, but it's not what they need. They're not ready for that yet. It's like you got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. So exactly. A lot of them forget. It's like a lot of them forget. So.
All right. Well, hey man, thank you for sharing your story.
No problem.
Really do appreciate it. Are you okay if I post it up on my YouTube channel?
I am, and I would like to see it. So yeah, absolutely. And I had some people down there that were ready that wanted to do interviews with you. So when you,
I actually got held up. I met someone else when I was coming up the hill, and she started talking to me. Started telling me,
Shayna.
I think her name was Maria.
Oh, okay. And, little Indian girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we started talking, and then
just. Yeah, they're friendly. Like they're not trying to hurt nobody.
Everyone kept on telling me, like in the comments, like go down there, but you gotta be careful. You gotta befriend someone because it's really dangerous, and they'll get you. And
it's not that. They're just very cautious of people because they don't trust. They have no trust because look at for some reason or another, something has happened or somebody's done something that's caused them to lose what they had. Yeah. So there's a lot less. There's I see minimal trust with people, especially new faces, and this is all they know. So it's well, hopefully, be careful. But like anytime that you want to,
hopefully they see this interview and I'll come back and everyone's gonna be.
I'll give you my phone number too, and anytime you want to do interviews, I can pick the best people for you, like that would tell you their story, and I think that would it would help them. Yeah. And that's all we want to do is help them and help them help themselves because they gotta want it.
If anybody watches this interview and they want to help you out with like a donation or anything like that, do you have like a Cash App or anything that you want to put out there?
We were just talking about doing a 100-acre GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And so we might try to set something up like that, but I don't want people to think that we're just looking for handouts. I want them like we'll do things for that. Like, and I'll get involved. I don't mind getting in the dirt. We can set up car washes, whatever. It helps. Just to get them to where. How much do we need to rent that lot over there? A month. You know what I'm saying?
To start another 100 acres.
It would be something different, but it would be 100. It would be like 100 hearts or 100 lives matter. Yeah. Something that would be. It's not. I don't think it's acres over there. I think it's more like 100 yards. Yeah. But I think that would be. Definitely would accept any kind of help we could get, and you know, it's rain, it's monsoon, so tarps, anything that's going to keep the rain off of them, because they get flooded out and everything gets ruined and they have to start over, and that's sad. And that's where a lot of the trash comes from, is that, you know. But and I always say too, your living environment is a product or a imagery of what your mind is like. So if you're seeing nothing but chaos down there, it's because then people are going through chaos. They don't understand what's happened to them. So yeah, any help we can get, because I know I bring food, I bring clothes, I buy and sell, I buy storage units at auction, and so anything that they can use down here, like the beds, the so broken furniture, like that's not. I'm not going to sell something for $5 on Facebook, but they use that stuff. If they can't use it, and it's like Christmas for them when I bring half-used hygiene, because I don't know what to do with it, so I bring it down here. Clothes, anything like that, they love it, and they use like the broken wood furniture that's no good. They use it to keep warm and to cook, and so that's, you know, donations are more than welcome, and they go for a good thing, not for something bad.
All right, well, it was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you for the interview.
No problem.
All right.